Hi, I'm Mark Emiley on behalf of Expert Video. In this next segment, we're going to go over the ingredients used in brewing. There are four main ingredients in brewing. There's malt, hops, yeast, and water. Malt is usually going to come in two different forms. You have your malt extracts. You can get a dry version, which is a little more concentrated than the liquid version, but a little more expensive. Or you can get the liquid extract, which is like a very, very thick syrup. The other form of malts that you're going to be adding to really kind of flesh out the character of the beer that you're making are specialty grains. These are grains that have been roasted somewhat differently, maybe steeped for a little while, and basically they're going to add some of your more complex flavors. When you get your specialty grains, your local home brewing store will help you mill them like this. This will open up the grain, allowing extraction of the sugar and the color. Next we have hops, and there's two major forms of hops that are available. There's whole hops, which you can see right here. This is actually just the cone of the hop. And there's also pellet hops, which is basically all of your whole hops crushed up and then put into a condensed form. The differences between the two: whole hops tend to have a shorter shelf life, whereas pellet hops will last longer. You will also get a slightly better extraction out of pellet hops than you will out of whole hops. However, for today's purposes in our brewing session, we're going to be using whole hops because they're a little easier to get out of the wort. Hops can add three things to your beer. First, they can add bitterness, then they can also add flavor, and finally they can add aroma. Hops which are added early in your boil, around the 60-minute time frame, will add primarily bitterness, as the flavor and aroma components are boiled off. Hops that are added in the 20 to 10-minute time frame will add flavor. They'll also add a little bitterness, but mainly flavor. And finally, your aroma hops, which are added usually in the 10 and under time frame, down to actually just steeping, will add mainly aroma characteristics.